Hello, it's Tammy Powley, aka the Crafty Princess, and this is video number 3 in my series on Amigurumi success. What are you going to stuff these guys with? How about some polyfill? Yeah, this is a very simple tip, but it has two parts to it. Alright, so first of all, obviously after you make all these little parts and pieces, you have to stuff them with something before you attach them to, together, right? So polyfill is something that you're going to find at most of your craft stores. I think even Wally World sells it, that kind of thing. I usually go buy a bag about this size. The big guy, he's open. Here you can see some of the stuff that comes out, and it's pretty packed in there. These usually go for about $10, but my tip, make sure you get the 40% off coupon so it'll cost you even less. So that's ending up about $6 for this big bag, which will give you tons and tons of amigurumi enjoyment, right? The other little tip I have, and actually I got this from another podcaster, Sock Bunny Knit and Fit, was to save your scraps of yarn, because then when you go to actually start stuffing your toy, you can use them to stuff instead of the polyfill. Now, personally, what I usually do is, okay, so say I have a piece like this, okay, and I'm going to stuff it with polyfill. But I also have some scraps I want to use. Instead of using all scraps in here, which you could do, I kind of usually do a mix. So what I'll do is I'll put some polyfill, in fact, I'll show you here. So I'll put some polyfill in here, right? But then I will kind of push it to the sides, and in the center here, put in my yarn scraps. So that way if somebody's, say they take your piece and they're feeling it and everything, if there's a piece of string like this, it's not going to be on the outside necessarily, and honestly you can't even really feel that, but I get paranoid about that. I want my pieces to be loved and played with and cuddled, and so this way I can use up some of my scraps and put them in the center, but then use the outside, fill the outside with polyfill. And it's a good way to use up all those little yarn scraps. So, get a little bag or a little Ziploc baggie. I have a little drawstring cotton bag that I use, and when I have little pieces left over, I just toss them in there, and when it gets big enough, I use them to put usually in, like I said, in the center. Also good for cat toys. Another thing, if you're making little knitted or crocheted cat toys that you have to stuff, you could throw that yarn in there with a little catnip, and your cats will have a wonderful time with them. So that's it. That is my tip number 3. Make sure you check out my other amigurumi tips in this series, and thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful crafting day.